Hello, my friends. The old goat here, the facilitator at the Institute of Lower Learning. I want to talk to you tonight about my target audience. A good friend of mine today asked me who that is, and I'd given it some thought, but he helped me or motivated me to dial it in a little bit. I want to tell you about a job I had once upon a time where on this job over the course of a year and a half, I talked to over 5,000 people doing what they at that time referred to as survey work. The heart of that survey was to ask people if they had a church affiliation. And after a while of asking that question, I could almost tell the person what their response was going to be. And it went something like this: I used to go to church. I know that Jesus is God, but this, that, the other thing, that was kind of the multiple choice thing after the but. They've been taken advantage of. They've been disillusioned. They've been hurt. They've been isolated in some way within that religious context, and they'd given up on what we think of as church. And so I want to speak to that group of people who know that Jesus is Lord, but religion has let them down. In fact, religion hasn't just let them down. Many times it's deeply, deeply harmed them. And I want to speak to those who have been disaffected, been church hurt, who have become unaffiliated because they don't want to take a chance, perhaps, on getting burned again. I've been burned in church, in religious context, and it hurts. I've been isolated. I've been the odd man out, the outcast. The only thing is, I know what I experienced when I met Jesus as a person, and I know there are other people who have experienced that too. And while we still fail, we have the opportunity and the potential to encourage one another. So I keep looking and I keep digging, and God, because He's God, keeps sending enough encouragement that I keep wanting to gather with the rest of the flock and under the great shepherd. The second group I want to talk to is honest seekers. There are people who intuitively know there has to be a God, but in spite of the fact that they see how shallow religion often is, they keep seeking. And I commend those people. And a third group is those who are honest skeptics. They want truth, and they're willing to take a beating to find the truth. And if you go looking for truth in religion, you'll probably find some, but you'll probably get the beating also. And then the last group that I want to address are those who have not yet been badly burned, or maybe not burned at all in a religious setting, in churchianity, in the religious system, but they just haven't found the satisfaction either that was kind of the carrot dangled in front of them when they met Jesus. And Jesus is the real thing, but so often the organizations that gather around His name are pretty shallow, sometimes flat out hypocritical. And I want to speak to those who are disaffected, who are uncertain how to go forward, because that's where the rubber meets the road for me as a believer in a world that's messed up. I wish you well.